So what do I think about aliens and the fact that we haven't made contact with them? Well, the answer's simple, and it's to do with the zoo hypothesis. And I think it's a very real thing, and I'm going to explain why I think it's a very real thing. Because humans are very primitive, even though they've got all this technology around them and they can do some pretty awesome things. I believe that Homo sapien is just a link to something further in the future that will be a hominid, but will not be Homo sapien, whether it's Homo deus or something else. I believe that the natural progression of things is for Homo sapien to eventually cease to exist and something to replace it. Now, that something that replaces it will be much more evolved, much more progressive. I do not think that anyone would make contact with a primitive species, given the fact that Homo sapien is definitely very destructive and is almost seeing the destruction of its own environment to a point where it will ultimately lead to Homo sapien breeding itself out of existence. So I do not believe that aliens would ever risk contact with a lesser species. I believe that, in a few thousand years, there will be a progressive link into the future with another hominid species directly related to Homo sapien. And I believe once that starts happening, then I believe that first contact will become a very realistic thing. And unfortunately, I don't believe that it will ever happen with the Homo sapien species, not in the current state, no. So, hate to break that to you, but I think that's just how it is. And not to say that humans won't discover life on other planets. With the James Webb Telescope, I believe that that will happen within the next 10 to 15 years. I think that there will be techno-signatures discovered on other planets, other worlds, that will go down as being a definitive answer to the existence of extraterrestrials. I mean, that's if you want to discount all the credible videos that are out there, especially the ones declassified now by the Pentagon. But that's just how things are, and that's my thoughts on what I think about extraterrestrials and first contact. So, sorry to disappoint a lot of people, but it's not going to happen. Definitely not in our lifetime.